Pastor Zillinger's Daily Devotions. Psalm 118, verses 10 through 18. All nations surround me. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. They surround me on every side. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. They surround me like bees. They went out like a fire among thorns. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. I was pushed hard so that I was falling, but the Lord helped me. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. Glad songs of salvation are in the tents of the righteous. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly. The right hand of the Lord exalts. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly. I shall not die, but I shall live, and recount the deeds of the Lord. The Lord has disciplined me severely, but he has not given me over to death. There's a few things in looking at this psalm. One is there's kind of a political flavor of the nations surrounding me and saying the name of the Lord has cut them off. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. I separate myself from them. A Greek word for this is anathema. Sometimes we talk about the word curse, but what it means is to cut off like a branch and to say, I don't want to even touch it. I don't want to be anywhere near it. And this is what we're saying with politics, too, that are of the world or of nations of the world, to say, hey, I want to separate myself from this. I don't want to be like nations of the world. I don't want to be like maybe our nation that might be acting like the nations of the world. I want to act like God's nation, God's kingdom. And then we hear some familiar things of the Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. From the liturgy that we have, how the Lord is all of our salvation. He is the one who has saved us. Now, interesting with this too is there is a Christ-flavored theme with it. There's always a messianic flavor in Psalms where you say, what is it talking about with Jesus? Is it just talking about something here on earth, or is it talking about Christ? And many of the Psalms are very, very clear in talking about this. And so the right hand of the Lord, that's Jesus Christ, he does valiantly. He works salvation for us. And then also, too, talking about thinking of a quote of, I shall not die, but I shall live. I shall recount the deeds of the Lord. The Lord has disciplined me, but not given me over to death. We talk about Jesus Christ on the cross, too. So there's a flavor of the Messiah in this as well. So we start with Christ. Then we move to what is the psalm talking about from the writer of the psalm. Then we move to us. Of how we are enacting with this and how we look at the salvation of God in Jesus Christ for us to make us a new kingdom so that we deal differently with our own nation and with the nations of the world. We deal with them as we would as Christians, as from our salvation, from the one who has conquered death and the world. We want to share that message. We want to share that life with others. The Lord bless your day as well as your week.